News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5 o'clock on October 10th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So yesterday was really cool outside. This morning is cool. You still might need a jacket, but it doesn't feel as cool. But let's go to meteorologist Kelly McShane. Is that the trend you're seeing, Kelly?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. We're waking up still cool, but a little bit warmer than yesterday. Those temperatures around the region really not feeling too bad, but a little bit chilly out there. You can see that here. Upper 50s for a lot of us, mid 50s for some. So a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still we are a little bit on the chilly side, so you're going to want to grab that jacket this morning. And satellite and radar is showing just a few clouds here and there, but overall we have had mostly clear skies, and because of that, that fog is definitely settling in, especially into the Cumberland Valley. So be very careful this morning on the roadways. Use those low beams and maybe give yourself about 5 to 10 minutes extra on your commute. And I will have the details on the rest of the forecast heading into the weekend here in just a little bit, Madison.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, the return of fall fun activities is here. And with those cooler temperatures Kelly was talking about, a trip to the pumpkin patch is just one way of the many ways to get started. And yesterday, Hillview Stables in London held a special needs day where they were open only for special needs families. Several elementary schools participated in the special needs day, allowing children and adults a day to have fun without large crowds. Owner Rick Gregory knew a day like this was something he had to do.
We had a lot of phone calls, several phone calls of people saying, okay, I have a child with autism. You know, they love the animals, but they don't want to be around 1,000 people.
This is the second year for the event, and they are open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekends for the public. And Harlan County turned 200 this year, and this weekend there will be an event celebrating that. Local musicians will be performing. That's including the Kudzu Killers and a KISS tribute band called Dress to Kill. They will also have a full pyrotechnic display. A parade will start at 2 p.m. Saturday, and Jordan Smith, a Harlan County native and winner of The Voice, will also be performing. And to top it all off, they are preparing a cake that will feed 600 people.
But we have so much history and we have so much colorful things to celebrate that we've just been so excited about this year, and we invite everyone to come out and enjoy themselves this weekend.
And capping off the night Saturday will be a fireworks display. And despite rain earlier this week, a burn ban remains in place for the Daniel Boone National Forest. Forestry officials say due to the fire concern, there is only one area in the Red River Gorge allowing campfires. It's at the Coomer Ridge Campground, and right now officials say the land's capacity is filling up. They say while campfires aren't allowed in other areas, campers can still use lanterns and camp stoves. And this week is Fire Prevention Week, and it is a way for fire departments to reach out to the community to keep them up to date on safety practices they should be looking out for. Having an escape plan, checking your heating and cooling system, making sure you have a fire extinguisher in your home, not overusing extension cords, and never leave your stove while cooking are just a few tips. And Tim Caldwell, Hazard Deputy Fire Chief, says another big one is having working smoke detectors.
But as a minimum, we want to install one in each bedroom, then one out in the hallway, so that if there's an incident in the hallway, they can hear that as well. And then outside, not in the cooking area, but just outside of the cooking area.
Many local fire departments will give and install free fire detectors in your home. The Hazard Fire Department says they have a couple hundred left to give out, and if you're interested, you can call them or your local volunteer department. And a Black Lung Memorial is coming to Eastern Kentucky. It will be at Riverside Park in Whitesburg. And Sunday, the Black Lung Association of Southeastern Kentucky will dedicate a headstone to honor miners who died from the disease in Letcher and surrounding counties. The association has been calling attention to a government trust fund that provides thousands of sickened miners or their surviving dependents with benefits. And yesterday, we learned the funeral arrangements for a beloved Hyden City worker. Delbert Whitehead died Monday in a crash. He worked more than 3 decades for the city. His visitation is tonight beginning at 6, and Whitehead's funeral is tomorrow beginning at 1. All services will be held at the Stinnett Pentecostal Church, and Walker Funeral Home is handling his arrangements. And yesterday, a community said goodbye to a teenager who died in an accident last week. School officials say 17-year-old Fisher Barton died Friday. Barton was well known in his tight-knit community for being involved in lots of hobbies and jobs. His funeral was yesterday at Cox & Son Funeral Home in Jellicoe, Tennessee. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Later, the largest newspaper here in Kentucky is cutting back production. We'll have the details straight ahead.
Today will be a bit warm, but a beautiful one here in the mountains. I'll map up some big changes headed our way in my forecast next.